Good evening, guys. It's 4:51 p.m. Today is Tuesday, November 9th. Today was a good day, actually. Finally, we had something going on. So remember yesterday I said price will make a move, right? Eventually. So, so, so now the question is what price wants to do, right? That we can discuss later on. But let's start with here, right? So yes, it did make an attempt to test 4683. See, that was the area I was waiting for yesterday. So, but it was all random buying going on. So we discussed in Discord in the morning in the pre-market before open that all 83, 87, all those areas, 80, today's Globex low, all those garbage. This, those areas where those levels basically were garbage levels, like a fear of missing out kind of buyers, poor lows, I would say. So eventually if price comes there, it may not hold. So, and that is what exactly happened today. Price just sliced through it. So so I'll explain you later on what's going on. But anyway, so and overnight it even generated the failed breakdown below 83, right? 80 was a poor low, and that damn poor low has generated a failed breakdown. Something was off right there. And then price went all the way up to 96, right? So 91 and 96 favor longs because of that overnight move, but only reactionary long because there was something off going on. So price can technically go to 06 or 011 and then come down, and take out 91, 96. That could be possibility. So that's why I said reactionary long only if you are trading from those levels. Below 91, or rejection from 96, sellers could be active targeting 4650 or so, right? So, and also 91 to 83 is a gray area. So NQ, so I'm going to cover NQ also here, and then if you remember the notes right now, right, then we will discuss in the chart. So NQ, I'm not going to talk all these things, right? But in general, I would say below 332 is not a good thing for buyers. If price goes below 332, we have to consider the probability of the down move, right? So remember this statement. And then price did not go higher, right? So above 425 or anyway. So but below this, consider probability of the down move, okay? And then 91, 96, all these levels keep in mind, okay? Russell, I want them to hold it above 32. That means if price goes below it, ping pong with buyer's flavor. That is what essentially happened in Russell. The down move happened because all the markets were going down, so Russell also went down below 32. That's the first sign, right, that the sellers are becoming active. But expect the ping pong buying flavor. That means Russell went down, right, up to this level somewhere, right, randomly, and it bounced randomly, and then it entire day ping pong, with the low holding higher up ping pong. See, Dow basically got a rejection from this area and it held this area, right? So Dow is still buyers are there, okay? Gold basically it bounced from this area, went to this area, and it just stopped there, right? So gold is long from this area targeting this, right? So gold was good today. Crude 81.66, it bounced from it right of the open, 81.79 or so, opening low around 9 o'clock or so. 8 o'clock it started from here, right, from this board R. And crude overall, I say technically those buyers are against the selling from 83.50, right, above 81, right? Because of overall bullishness in crude in general, I want to say favor more buyers, right, into support. And this is what happened. From here, this bold support, price bounce all the way, took out 83.50. At that point, more buyers, because of this ping pong area, it is out of it, right? That means more buyers, and you can see it went all the way up to here, right? So crude is bullish now. Gold is also bullish, right, above these levels. So now let's go here, right, in the chart. Here, okay. So now you remember, right, 96, 91 favor longs above that area, correct? So now that is the pre-market when I wrote it at 6 o'clock or so, correct, which when price was here, which is like this. So this is the only view I had it when I was writing a note, right? So but then I had an idea, so in the pre-market, when price came down here and came back up, right? So in the pre-market right here at 9 o'clock we discussed in Discord that there are multiple scenarios going on, right? So right of the open, price can go higher, break out above 96. At that point I will wait for a pullback, right? But I will not go long at 96, too aggressive for me. If you guys want to go long, right, that could be the scenario, but make sure there is enough confluence there, like VWAP or something. If not, let it go. That is what we discuss. 91 we discuss is if price comes to 91, because it's a VWAP there, our level is there, confluence is already there, but you want to see how price is coming down. You have to match up with NQ, because the risk is it's the middle of nowhere price, right? So either let it go or evaluate, right? Then we also discuss if it comes straight down to 83 area, which is my area, then I would evaluate for the long. Otherwise I will not take longs. Okay, that was my idea which we discussed. And how it's coming down, that's always important, right? I also said that if it goes higher above 96 and it fails, I may short at 96. That is what I said clearly, right? So now, so that was the story for ES, right? So some of you even went long at 96 aggressively, 97 area, right? So in Discord somebody said, hey, a couple of you guys went long at 97. What did I say? I said it better hold above 96. Put your stop at 96. If it taken out, then something is off. Sellers are active, could be, right? So I hope you cut it at 96 and took a short also, but I took a short at 96, 97.50, right at 942, and then I held it when it came to 83. Now there is no point for me to go long because it was an open drive down. Enki was tanking. See, 332. Now if you remember, 332 was the below, sellers could be active, right? We were observing NQ in the pre-market, which we discussed, that 370 it is holding, right? 383, and breakout happens, then it will go to 425. If breakout does not happen, it's holding 370, and if it goes down, 359 is where, which is this level, 359. At least buyer should hold it, then both will go higher, ES and NQ. Otherwise trouble. That is what we discussed. So the moment it broke below 359, I shorted it right there. I also shorted right here at 369 or 67 or something, but I just put two contract here, not much, because it was gray area at that point. It has to go below 359, and it happens to be VWAP was there. So if it breaks below it, and if ES is also going down, open drive across the board, then it may go down further. All I needed to know is break below 332, which it confirmed right there, slice through it, easily. That was additional confirmation, so I held it NQ all the way up to 282, because that was the level I said, right? 282 to 300, bash needs to hold above, correct? So I built out here, and also ES also I built out at 73, this area. I didn't want to take a chance hoping that it will go down further, because the way it came down, it's a buyer's market overall, right? So price may bounce, which it did actually from the next support. Okay, so so those are the two trades in the morning for the short side, right? Like this, correct? From my side. And then I also said in Discord, now the moment you take profit, do not go reverse, going long side, protect your profit, observe it till 11:30 or so, observe it and then do something. So here I was not trading here, so I was just observing. So it got bounced from 67, right, which is our support anyway, and NQ fall back, went down all the way to 118, 193 or so. We were discussing all this level live in Discord, right? So then it bounced, right? It bounced all the way up to 282. this was the level to short. Remember this level I took exit, same level I used it to short, because there are couple of trap buyers right here, so they may flip it, considering the open drive down, strong down, at least you may get some follow through, so with that in mind, this one 83 which we discussed in live, that 83 you can short, but put your stop at 87, right? If you want to short it, I did not take a short because ES I was not comfortable taking short here. NQ, yes, it can move, right, at least 30-40 point, so I can at least take a short, few points. So I built out somewhere here in NQ around 235 or so. I was observing all these levels. Yes, if somebody took a short, that was we discussed, that take a profit around this area 75, 76, 77 even, if you took a short here, right? I did not take a short because I know ES usually moves slowly, and the way it bounced from here, like after balancing here, see here, ideally it should have held it here and then goes down, but instead it tried to go down, but instead just took out this area again, right? So essentially this area is no longer valid for trading, but at least since it's a past level, since price went higher, it became intraday support here, and you can see there was a bounce here. See, this was your exit. If you shorted here, this was the exit, or scale at least, so this was one trade, if you want to take it. I did not take it, so I took this short, so, and then I was done at this point. After bouncing, right, the day is pretty much over right here. It's right here, because at that point the price action is screwed up. Why? Because ideally it should not have gone above this area, but since due to the way price is structured, it went to VWAP, and this overnight, this broken support turned into resistance idea, right? And it was a confluence, so it reacted it. But when this thing happened, the day is screwed up. It should not have bounced from it, ideally. First time here it should not have, second time it should not have. That means buyers are defending here against these strong sellers, so that means later on ping pong may come, you may see a field breakdown right here, see. So this was a long also, but it's not a like ideal valid setup, because this thing is only based on the AD. See, AD was not liquidation kind, it was not even going down. If you look at here, it was balancing, right? While price is coming down strongly here, AD was barely, it's balancing here, see that? So this was a long, but only up to this point now, that's it. But not like great long, but you can make a case about it based on the NQ, because it also bounced, right, from this low. So, but ideally the trading stops right here, these two trades and done, and ideally only one trade and then no trading after that, because most likely price is now, due to this movement, price is going to chop around, which is essentially price did. Even when price came down, when price was here, right, I asked in Discord to draw a line at 62, which is this level right here, just keep a line, I said to folks. Why? Because I had a feeling that when it comes down, even though if it goes down, it may bounce back up, and I was right. See, it even did not come to 62, it came to 63, giving a false sense of breakdown, and it damn thing bounced, right? So I hope you guys did not take that breakdown. As I clearly said, no, breakdown may not get successful because the way NQ was behaving, and that is the case here, right? So it did not even, it tried to break down, trapped couple of sellers right here who were like trading fear of missing out kind of guys, breakdown trades. The moment it went down, they shorted it, next minute they got trapped, and price back to 73.50 area, see. So now I was not here at that time, but right here when I typed those things and told in Discord, and then I left, so if you're an experienced trader, you could have gone long right here. See, if I was here, I would have gone long right here, at least up to this 73. But anyway, So that's how the day ended. There is no point discussing this price action because it's a garbage. I do not want to discuss the garbage like you could have traded here, all this garbage. It's a nuisance, So you rather learn to avoid nuisance, and get the clear trades always like this. Everything else is just chop recipe to lose money. Most of the days you will lose money if you continue to trade this chop, right? So goal should be always take a few points out of the market, don't be greedy, and get it done with it, and then wait for the next day. That is the only way you are able to keep your profit on a day-to-day basis consistently. If you make a profit in that morning and then try to trade in the afternoon, most likely you will give back your profit, so keep that idea in mind. Now rest of the comments I will put it in the closing remark in the end of the video, in our notes. And that be all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.